What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, I finally wanted to get to my thoughts and opinions of Duke's collapse, and there's a lot of words and adjectives you could use for what had happened last Saturday, and a lot of calls went against them and go for them to help them, or did they just flat out lose the game themselves? Yes, that is a yes too. So there's a lot of multiple things happening in that game, but yes, that final score against Houston in the Final Four was 67-70 in a loss for the Duke Blue Devils. They only scored one field goal in the final 10.5 minutes of the game. Duke was 79-0 in the Jon Scheyer era when leading by 10 plus points at any time during the game. And now, of course, they are with their first loss there. With about 32.4 seconds left, they were leading by 6, Duke was. And then somehow with 2.2 seconds left, they were now losing like 70-67. And yeah, it's just tough because they had their opportunities. Tyrese Proctor missed 1-1, so you're not guaranteed both free throw shots. But of course, he wanted to be the one to take the shots instead of giving it to better shooters like Kahn or Cooper or anybody else on the court other than him. And of course, he misses it, and then they call a dumb foul on Cooper Flag going over someone's back when he wasn't, because he was basically being pushed and using his length to try to get the ball, and somehow that's a foul on him. So yeah, that's a pretty big foul that ended up, I think that got Houston up by 1 because they were losing by 1 at that time. So Duke had a chance to go up by 3, and yeah, the game probably still goes into overtime if some of those things end up going correctly, but either way, who knows what ends up happening in overtime. I still think Duke would have won that championship in my opinion. But a couple other things that ended up happening, I guess somebody said the worst part is that Houston didn't deserve it. They say they get it's a basketball game, but they were still losing by 39 minutes of that game. They were still losing, so of course. And then I think even the head coach, Kelvin Sampson, said something after the game. I don't know if it was really directed at Duke, but I guess saying like the type of conference that they were playing in wasn't as good or aggressive as theirs, how hard they had to go through. But I don't know why you want to bring that crap up. You still lost the championship game, buddy. And then when it comes to like Cooper Flag, he showed out. He had 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. And of course, right after that game, he was named the Naismith Trophy winner of the year, which is like the main one. Obviously, he had still won the Julius Erving, the Wooden Award, the AP Player of the Year, the Wayman Tisdale Award, and then also like the National Association of Basketball Coaches Player of the Year. And then he was also named the first team all-tournament team. I guess they only do one team, but yeah, of course, he made it there out of all the losing schools. And speaking of some of the other top freshmen, yes, like the center of Kamal Malawach had 0 rebounds, 1 block, 4 fouls. I don't know how many points he had, so he definitely didn't show up, sadly. But yeah, a couple things that went wrong. There was a 25-8 run to finish the game, 1 field goal in the last 10 minutes, as I mentioned. 4 points from the bench. They allowed 10 of 22 from 3. Both Tyrese Proctor and Sion James were 1 for 7 from 3 combined. Malawach, like I mentioned, 0 rebounds, allowed 18 offensive rebounds, and the inability to inbound the ball late. Yeah, that was a big time change of stuff, and they gave up a 3 at that moment too. And then a lot of people are wondering like how this compares to like Coach K and all this stuff in his first years, but somebody said it took Coach K 15 seasons and 5 Final Four appearances to finally win his first title. So obviously it's not all bad when it comes to Coach Jon Scheyer as of right now. And then looking at like their last 5 NCAA tournament appearances, yes, they lost the last one in the Final Four. The NC State last year was the Elite 8. Tennessee was around a 32, so they've been improving with Scheyer. But Coach K's last year, they lost in the Final Four, and Michigan State in 2019 in the Elite 8. So, yeah, overall, it's not the greatest thing, but either way, they, like I said, they are steadily getting better when it comes to record-wise. And, yeah, it definitely helped you had a player like Cooper Flag. Who knows how good he would be if he actually played after this season and graduated correctly from high school, and instead of coming a year early. And he's 1 year matured body, and who knows how much of a better shooter and how much he's not able to get hit off his way going to the basket or trying to get a shot in the post. Like a lot of times he was either slipping or fumbling the ball and stuff, and maybe that's just due to a lack of strength as of right now for him, because he's still, 17 years old, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just see how he ends up doing in the NBA, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to come back, sadly, even though I know Duke is getting ready for something like that to get some more money up. And I'll try to end this video off with a little bit more positive news about the Duke basketball season. So reading off some of the stats, yes, they were 35-4, a number 1 seed ACC regular season and the tournament champions, a National Player of the Year, and Cooper Flag, a Final Four appearance. the highest rated team since 1999, according to Ken Palm, and most likely 3 lottery picks: Malawach, Cooper Flag, and Khan Kanupo. Hopefully, Khan wants to come back, but I mean, if you're going to be a top 10 pick, then you might as well just go. And obviously, the future looks bright. And yeah, overall, it's a pretty nice thank you to that team, and they were undefeated at home too, which is a really cool stat to have. But then also, according to On3, it says it looks like following the Final Four exit, Duke is ready to reload with 8 to 10 million available in NIL for just the 2025-2026 roster. And one source described the NIL war chest as unlimited. So that obviously perked a lot of fans' ears, saying like, "Oh yeah, we could probably get Cooper Flag and Khan, all these guys come back." To be honest, if it's a lot of the players that are there, I'd rather them not come back, like a Tyrese Proctor. We've seen him for 3+ seasons now, and it's just he's okay during the season, but then once it's high pressure, high point, yeah, he played great in the first couple rounds of the tournament, and then when you really needed him and needed certain plays from him, he was very quiet in that Final Four game and did not hit that free throw. They're called free throws for a reason, and yeah, I would not want to see him back as a senior. I know a lot of people want him. Malawach is like, he's still a very young guy, so I think him getting paid already in the NBA just to get better and stuff is probably better suited for him, just because he's more of a lob threat right now. He's not really has a shot yet or anything like that, consistently at least. Khan would be great just because it's like maybe he's not as athletic to play in the NBA, but he has like a great set overall, whether it's on offense, especially on offense, but defense, team-wise, he can help out, so I think that's why he can still be considered a top 10 pick. It's just whatever team falls in love with him, and of course, Cooper Flag, no matter what, I'm pretty sure will be the number 1 pick. So it's like, yeah, I think you could throw money at a Khan, and maybe he will return for at least one more season. It's just, like Cooper is most likely gone, Malawach is gone. Both James and I think Mason Gillis are the older guys who are graduating, so those guys won't be coming back. Malik Brown has a chance to come back, which I think he should, just because he suffered injuries that kind of hurt his draft stock, in my opinion. So to be able to be healthy for another season and still make more money right now than he would be in the NBA when he's undrafted, or maybe second round, is probably better suited for him. So we obviously have 3 talented freshmen coming in. I think they're going to use the portal quite a bit. As of right now, I have not heard their names in there as far as guys they're trying to get, or a lot of the players leaving from this team either. So hoping to hear like what Isaiah Evans and a couple of those other guys are going to end up doing too. And then I guess this came out quite a bit ago, but I didn't know that Cooper Flag also signed with Topps, which I think is like part of Fanatics and all that stuff, like those trading card games. So that's pretty cool for him. And then Kyle Filipowski, the ex-Duke player, he had a career night last night. He had 30 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists. Yeah, that was great for him. His first year in the NBA, getting a lot of playing time right now towards the end of the regular season. And yeah, big time game for him. Nice career double-double night for him. And speaking of like my March Madness tournament, yes, I got 3 of the 4 teams correct: Florida, Houston, and Duke. I chose Michigan State over Auburn, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad. And yes, of course, obviously, I only had 1 correct of the Final 4 in Florida. But either way, that's how it goes. And like a side tournament I do against my girlfriend, just to see like if she could get the same amount of picks as me correct. It's always funny where somebody that doesn't watch enough basketball to see what their numbers are, and it was pretty close competition. I got 45 of 63 correct. She got 37 of 63. So obviously the tournament, it doesn't matter if you watch all season or not. I don't even watch every game or every team. I usually just watch Duke and USC basketball. So that's kind of like what I'm into now. I don't really search out for the top matchups anymore, the top game on ESPN or Fox, whatever. I might tune in here or there, but I just try to do that through highlights and what other like main analysts that I hear before the tournament started talk about. That's how I make my choices. And it's always a gut feeling when it comes to the tournament. So nobody's ever going to get it correct, and then watch what happens. Somebody else randomly will get it correct next season too. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Yes, it was a tough loss, but we will get through this. We will get better. And with like I said, that NIL stuff with 8 to 10 million to spend, they're gonna get some pretty big names, I would think. So looking forward to hearing that news, hopefully in the near future.